Good morning. The sun is very, very bright today, isn't it? So I've just got it over here. I know it's only 8 o'clock, and wow, it is bright. It is very, very bright. I haven't set this onto balance yet, so I'm going to try and see if I can get this going while I'm chatting to you very, very quickly. So, how are you all doing? Have you all had a really good day yesterday? I know it was a lot colder, and so I'm basically what I'm just doing is just quickly putting in the very high numbers. High frequency means that's the number is more likely that our body will take in some form of information. Hi, Carla. How are you doing? Nice to see you. What are you up to? Have you got a day planned? I know that your daughter will be probably wanting something done, but what is it that you've got planned for your day? I've set this going, so I don't. We can get started. Well, I'm going to move back a little bit because I think that the light is going to be just that little bit too bright. You may not be able to see me. All right, so nice bright colors. Hey, we're getting into the summer now, so we need to have bright colors. Yes, wear bright colors. I had a really, really nice experience yesterday because I've learned no plans, just going with whatever we decide. Brilliant. Well, I did something which was whatever deciding yesterday. I was busy doing some work on the computer, not really, just paying attention to something, looking at some recordings. And all of a sudden, something popped up, and one of the people that I had done a course with a few months ago said, oh, they want someone live. So I just immediately filled in the form and went for it. And it was actually so nice to just allow someone to just kind of do something online. And I remembered that, yes, I'm doing this, but maybe I can integrate it a little more into some of the sessions that we do so that we can add more to the energy that we're creating. Because, yeah, I'm just heard today a lot more people have just died. Not sort of a friend of a friend. So it's just really just noticing that there are other ways that we really need to be keeping ourselves safe and allowing ourselves to also be in this state that we can hold people in their challenges. Hi, Marcella. Nice to see you. Good. All right. So what I want to kind of part of the one command is about recognizing well and truly that you had an imperative aspect of yourself, that creative aspect of yourself that was you before you were you, before you knew you were you. And that the way we are, I don't know if you've noticed with children, they very often kind of go up into this what we call alpha state. They kind of look really up there. And when we look up very, very hard up, what that does is trigger a particular part of our brain to take us into what we call an alpha state. And in alpha state is when we can give ourselves a direct command. But when we push it to its nth degree, we go back into the theta state, which is the God state. That's the state we existed in when we were in the uterus. And when we give ourselves a command in that moment, it goes in, right? Because it's a command of the commander, right? The commander that is you. But you're giving it in a directive that's different. Many children up to the age of 7, when you give a suggestion, they will take it. There's no critical brain to get in the way. And that means that they absorb it, they embody it almost straight away. And we want to embody the truth that we have, the truth that we hear. We want to hear those truths and embody them fully, completely. And part of the one command does that. So I'm going to try and remember to do one of the one commands while we're doing the middle of the heart so that we can actually get a one command in. And then what I'd ask you to do is listen to it again at some point during the day so that you get the sequence of the one command. All right. And by doing that, you will start to find that things start to flow in another way, because part of a feminine system is to know how to put things in place, knowing that we don't know how it might manifest, how it might happen. But we know that we're giving the directive. We're giving the directive for it to happen. All right. So now that I know that you're all ready, you know the things that are on the group, I think you can probably do this one too. All right. So, okay, let's very, very quickly rate yourself where you're on happiness and where are you. So on a scale of 0 to 10, where are you? Okay, are you extremely happy? Are you not? Okay, just kind of notice, be aware the kind of happiness, all right? Is it euphoric? Well, that's going to come down. So be aware. Is it calm? Is it tranquil? Is it peaceful? Does it feel as though it's filling you, making your space bigger? Then you're in the right place. Okay, you're getting more to the 10. If you're kind of like, well, yes, I'm all happy, but yes, la-di-da, that's not happy, then you're probably down 4 or 5 in frequency order, all right? An 8, calm, brilliant. 8.5, brilliant, excellent. All right. So being aware then what doesn't allow it to be a 10. So where's the 1.5 bit? What's going on there? All right. We're humans, so there'll be stuff. Maybe there's something else going on in the body that you're not aware of, something you're concerned about for some other reason. So then if you have on the distress scale, if between 0 to 10, so 10 is the most distressed and 0 is neutral, rate yourself where you are there. All right. And if you are, and you can use any of these scales, like a pain scale, an anxiety scale, you can use it in anything of a 0 to 10. Just notice where you are on that level. And you can work along any of those scales. All right. Make your own scale up if that's what you want. You're the creator. All right. Okay, so just get a sense of where in your body, how you're feeling, where are you getting that feeling, and if it's a good feeling and you want to make it more, just kind of notice it as well. All right, just kind of notice where it is, what it is.
On the happiness scale, where would you rate yourself? That would be quite good. Okay, good. Okay, you said 6. Good, excellent, wonderful. So to try and see if we can get the 6 up higher and to get the 3 down even lower. All right, let's just go with that. You know the sequence. So the sequence is tapping on the top of the eyes, the sides of the eyes, under the eyes, the nose, the chin, the clavicle. I like to do both, like little wings of angels. The heart. So you can tap either. Now I like to do both because we're going to do the bilateral, bipolar, not the bipolar, oh God, I can't remember the name when I talk about it, the binary star effect. We're going to go under the arms, top of the head, always going to start with 2 statements. We want to smash 2 statements together, all right? So try and come up with your own statement. You can follow my statements. It really doesn't matter. If you find a place that feels very, very, very good and it feels like it's kind of doing a shift, stay there, all right? Do whatever it takes for you so that you can enjoy it. And some of the stuff that we will be going through, part of the thing that we really want to do is to increase the solar energy, the heat within our body, so that we can expand that out. And today I'm going to do the 1 command. All right, so that will be fun. Ready, steady, let's head off for it. Okay, so just very, very briefly. Okay, I've got no pain. I've got a little bit of discomfort in my lower abdominal region on my right hand side, so ovarian area, but it's about a 2 if that, but it's there. I'm kind of getting, my attention's being drawn to it, and it feels like a line, a string of some form. All right, so, and it is white. All right, All right, so let's go for it. Start tapping on the heart point. All right, so even though I feel that I have this feeling inside me, and I'm not quite sure what it is, I totally love and trust myself anyway. Surrender, you can say, even though I am a 6 of happiness, and I don't know whether I can get my happiness more. It may go higher, it may go lower. I choose to love and trust myself anyway. And Marcel, you can say, even though my anxiety is at a 2, and I would love it to be a 1 or a 0, and I don't know whether it will. I don't know if I can manage that now. I still choose to love and trust myself anyway. Okay, just taking a nice breath in and out. We're doing more meditation. So, this feeling I recognize inside of me, side of the eyes. I understand that it's talking to me, that its intention is to set me free. Under the eyes, I know that I have been fighting it. Maybe not even consciously, but it's there. And I also know, under the nose, that I can let it go if I really choose to dare. Under the chin, on the chin, to give myself the freedom to let go. On the clavicles. To be fair, this has been a pattern that I have probably set up. A pattern that I didn't even know I had. But taking the time to just sit with it really makes me glad. And remember to breathe in and out. Because even though I don't know whether this feeling will improve or whether it won't, I totally choose to love myself anyway. Okay. With my arms on the sides, with my arms, I can hold me. I can tap and I can support myself so. With my head, I can make sense of things, and I can really allow myself to glow. With my eyes, top of the eyes, I can see things far more than I ever thought. I can go, side of the eyes, I can go inside and I can see a depth. I can really see the thoughts under the eyes. And I can acknowledge all these feelings. I can see that they're there for me under the nose to begin to release, to let go from the chin so that I can be truly free. If it hasn't gone, it means that there is some resistance that I might not know yet about. If it hasn't improved, it may be that I don't know yet what it is that that's about. Either way, whether it improves or whether it doesn't matter, because I choose to love and trust myself. Anyway, remember to breathe. Sides. And I give myself the love I need to comfort me in my time. I give myself the blessing of my thoughts so that I can be sublime. Nice breath in and out. I give myself the willingness to see things as they really are. Side of the eyes, to no longer be fooled by any illusion. That I can see for what it is. That I can see deep inside. And I can know that everything is perfect as it should be. Under the nose, and I take stock and I check that this is really what I want to be. There is no risk to doing this. There's no risk to letting go. For everything is here within me that I truly need to know. And I choose to love and trust myself anyway. Okay. So now we're going to go into the binary star. Okay. Binary star. All right, we know that. Let's just do a general little tap across. Maybe create a rhythm. You might want to make that rhythm slow. If you want to make it a little faster, it doesn't matter. What you'll notice, that tell you that the thymus gland sits very close to the sinoatrial node. And the sinoatrial node is under the direct link of the parasympathetic nervous system, yes. So, if we didn't have it linked to the parasympathetic nervous system, our heart rate would go very, very fast indeed. The parasympathetic brings it down to the norm that it needs to be. But also, this system is all about engaging, moving towards. Because as a mammal, as a warm-blooded creature, we are designed to move towards. That's the way we release stress. That's the way we increase happiness. And the thymus gland is that part of us that tells us we are who we are, that who we are and who we're not. Yeah? So it's the place of ultimate love because it dissolves the boundaries. We know love transmutes, transfigures, transforms anything if we give it high enough frequency. So I want you to just take a moment and to thank yourself for being here, to thank yourself for giving yourself a little bit of time, truly appreciate you. And then I want you to just focus on this thymus gland, which is your high heart. And you might want to just tap on it alone. Now, as I tap on it alone, I get a real sense of something going on in my spine at the back behind. So for me, I know this is touching my nerve complex there. So it's tapping and hitting every aspect of my lungs. And it's creating a rhythm like a star. And I hear this. I know that, you know, if you're in a forest and a tree falls, does it make a sound? Well, if you can imagine the sound of a binary star as it goes round, as they circle around each other, be aware of your binary star, which is your thymus gland. Good, 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 good. And just send it, watch it, observe it going round and around and around, and just notice what color it is. A star is really compacted, so it can be as strong as a diamond or even stronger. Diamond light. Just notice. I'm getting a sapphire blue. And what I'm doing is I'm seeing it vibrate at its own rhythm going around and then forming and coming down because it's being attracted to the lower heart, which is the heart. That is the heart that pumps out the blood to the whole of the body. Okay, this is the heart. So we always, when our heart beats, we have the first part which beats to the lungs. Yeah, lub. And dub is the one that goes to the rest of the body. Lub, dub, lub, dub, lub, dub. When you listen to a sphygmometer, that's what you hear. Lub, dub, lub, dub. And what you're actually also listening for is the first lub, and then you have another dub, a very quick dub, and that is the difference between the opening and the shutting of the valves in the heart. And that is really important because we know that when we have those two relatively evenly displaced, then we're getting the best amount of oxygen going through the whole of the body. This is old stuff that people don't talk about anymore. Old wisdom. So be aware of the bottom vibration. All right, this is the part. And this beat has been and was the first beat, the first organ that formed in you. But it's also the first organ that created the resonance for every cell in your body to know where to go. And it also created the circulatory system, the nervous system, everything. It allowed each cell to spiral out and to form pathways so that new cells could be formed. Almost like growing along strings. So string theory is not so far out. It's not complete yet, but there's a little bit of truth there. So as you start to get that vibration, let yourself go onto a really nice vibration, a very nice vibration. Go at a speed that feels good for you. And I'm finding mine's going a little faster because it feels like it should. So I'm just going to go faster because I want to increase the energy a little bit more in my thing. But you go at your own pace and make sure that if you feel something feels a bit strange, don't slow it down. And make sure you breathe and get the resonance, that you feel that your chest is like a drum, vibrating, vibrating, vibrating. You might start to feel energy going all up and down your spine. You might feel that your body starts to get warmer. Well, it will do generally as you start to activate the center. We know that with coronavirus, it doesn't like heat. So let's increase the body heat. Focus on that binary star, and as you do that, you might notice the heat rising in your body. But as you do that, I also want you to go to that part of you that perhaps is feeling a little, maybe not happy enough, or maybe, a little anxious, or maybe just not quite there yet, maybe a little concerned that it may not be the case. And just go to that part and just surround it. Because while it's doing what it's doing, it's behaving as though it's separate from you. But we know that's not true. We know it's part of you. And the only way it can talk to you is by the constriction, by the lack of feeling. Kind of remind it what it was like. Slowly just bring the beat to it. And let it remember what it was like in the uterus when it lacked nothing, when it received, it just received. And you can ask it, what are you feeling? Just notice what's inside of it. Sometimes we don't realize, but actually it's the boundary, the border that stops us being able to see the greatness inside, the compassion inside. So just kind of notice that. Maybe the boundary is like the amniotic sac that's holding all the goodness in, all the fear that part is having. Just kind of go, what is it that you're feeling? Let it feel the rhythm. Let it answer you, no fixing. What it is that you want. And then sponsor it just by quietly saying, of course you'd feel that. If you can remember an age at where it was formed, of course you would have felt that. That was horrible that you experienced. Of course. Really appreciate what that part felt. Just really appreciate it. Of course it would have shut down. Of course it would have felt hurt. Of course it would have felt those things. Let it know that you understand. And then just let it know that you would like to bring it back. Maybe ask if you can just tie it to your heart so that it can come in when it wants, like there's a safety string. Or it can just come in, or you can just see the borders or the boundaries dissolving as it starts to feel bigger. Just notice what happens for you, what changes happen as you do that. And just breathe, remember to breathe. That's it, important. Remember to breathe. Now I want you to go back into your heart. We're going to just do now the one command, which I know you haven't done before, but I want you to raise your eyes to the top of your head. Really push your eyeballs high up. And I want you to just go, I don't know how this feeling can completely dissolve so that all of me can be connected. And repeat after me, I only know that it is now, and I am complete. And just allow your eyes to rest a little bit, back down. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to go up again. And I don't know how. I know that it will be so great that all of me is connected. I don't know how. It's possible. I only know that it is now, and I am complete. And I only know that it is complete. And then go back up again. I don't know how I can send all this energy out so that it truly expands and raises the frequency of this entire planet. I only know that it's happening now, and it is complete. And then bring your eyes back to resting and just imagine it as it's happening now. And then just one more up. I don't know how I'll receive the news that the COVID virus and all fears, all anxieties are released. I don't know whether it'll come via a stream, whether it'll come via the news in a paper, whether it'll come via an email. I only know that I expect it, that it will happen. And I am complete. And just allow yourself to relax into that. Accepting that you don't need to know the how, because you've given the command. And now I want you to just allow this energy to move. Just checking how you're feeling. You might be feeling more of an energy in your body, so just now allow that energy to spill throughout your body. You might want to imagine that you've got beautiful cells going around your body, like two armies, one that's generally dissolving everything with love, and one army that's just checking out, well, no, actually this part I have to cut away and this part has to go. And they work together in tandem. When we have intent, intent has two T's. T's are the letters of the sword. And the ent is about the feeling that's in the intent. So it's what feeling comes in, what feeling goes out. So what we intend, as Brenda, you were telling me, that's what it is. So we intend now to shift the vibration in the whole of our body into our aura. Okay, my vibration going into the aura, moving, allowing what's good to expand out. And then I want to see it. It goes right down into the earth, up into the sky, to the left, to the right, so the east and west, into the north, south pole. And I just imagining now it going and expanding, this beautiful intention going all the way into the earth to the people I love. If I imagine the universe having a hum, sending it out, make a noise. In the beginning was the word, the beginning was the frequency, the sound. See your family, your friends fill up with energy, and see their energy beginning to spill over as they expand with beings of light. And see it go from friends, Facebook friends, every friend, as they connect to their friends. And you're connected, so guess what? It comes back to you. And as you receive, let it come up in through your solar plexus, up into your heart, and let it expand out your heart and back into the universe. That's right. That's good. And just say thank you. And so it is, and so it shall be. Notice where the energy is focusing in your body. For me, I'm seeing myself as a coil. Imagining like I'm this beacon of light with this coil going around me, and it's just filtering around, vibrating. I'm imagining each of you that are on here, your coils of light vibrating. And I'm seeing everyone in the planet like that. I'm seeing in the center of the planet this coil vibrating. And so it is, and so it shall be. Thank you. Good. Okay. Okay. Excellent. I'm just trying to see if I can get this whole thing to open up and finish so that I can balance it. All right. So thank you, Billy, for coming on. Nice to see you. All right. So how are you feeling now? What's happening in your body? Has anything changed? Brilliant. So what happened for you? Did you find that you were able to increase the energy there, Brenda, and get some more frequency energy going up? I know you were a 6 in the sense of happiness. A lot of purple and yellow gold there. Brilliant, Carla. So you're definitely getting a lot of gold. All right, so I'm just going to do an aura picture. The aura picture, which was interesting, was the same aura picture almost of what happened yesterday after we had done the after we had done the picture. So you know, when we did a re-aura analysis. So let's see what comes up. Yes, very white light. So let's see. So this was the original picture that we had this morning, and I'm just going to do see what the next one is and what's happened as a result. So it was a lot of blue, some very light magenta coming in, a little gold. So actually what we've got is more green and more of that color happening now. So that's interesting. So what is interesting for me is I was talking about coils and drawing light down, and basically what we've got is stripes coming down. So I'm curious about that. Because one of the things is, does the aura shift in how we're putting our light streams down? Very, very hot too. Yes. So that's part of the solar plexus. The moment we start working with the beating of the binary star, wow, wonderful, 8.5. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. So, yeah, if you've got the binary star, that really works because we're working on tapping both areas, right? We're activating both parts of the heart. And then that just raises our energy. And when we activate the parasympathetic nervous system, basically what happens is we start to increase heat in our body. It just happens automatically. When you sleep at night, most of you wake up warm. It's because you've relaxed very deeply and your periphery is starting to utilize, and all your body's cells are starting to work efficiently. So that's what's really important. All right, so feeling happier and calmer. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. I'll keep my glasses on here. Okay, lovely, lovely. So thank you very much, Brenda, for coming on. Thank you, Marcel and Carla. You're all done fabulously. Yeah, so the one command really is about just going up into theta, taking a breath, giving yourself the command, because the command is you are just activating and connecting to that very deep inner force, and you command it. And then you come back down, you receive it. So you see it emanating out, and then you thank. You thank, because thank you, as you know, Brenda, is one of the most important things that we have. Thank you and a deep appreciation. I think I can't emphasize the deep appreciation, because when we deeply appreciate, we are so full of gratitude, it transforms us anyway. Thank you again for coming on. So if you like, share, follow, please, it'd be great if there's anyone you think that would really benefit from understanding this kind of work. I know I'm doing quite a lot of anatomy, physiology, but for me, it has to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, then it doesn't. Yeah. Receive and give gratitude. Yes, I love appreciation. Yes, it's a deep appreciation, isn't it? It's about really just honoring that. Okay, and thank you, Carla. Thank you. All right. Yes, I love doing these, and I'm finding that actually it's shifting a lot of energy for myself too. So from that perspective, you're all helping me too. So thank you. All right. Take care. Look after yourselves and enjoy the rest of the day, and see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye. Yes, knowing why you're thankful. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yes, and truly looking at that aspect of ourselves and recognizing all those wonderful things that we do. Yeah. And that I think we underappreciate our body. So I think that's one of the things to really do, underappreciate the struggles that we've had, so that when we truly do this, it gives us a real sense of love, and it opens that door, doesn't it? It gives us that energy, which I think is so profound. And Carla and Marcel and Brenda does Voices of Joy. So if you want to go and talk about your joyful day or what brings joy in your life, please go on to Brenda's Voices of Joy. Brenda, if you put a link there, maybe they could come and do that, because I think that would just add, because I know you do everyday people, and I think that might be something that you might want to offer. I know you're doing a book, so that would be brilliant. Thank you. Bye. Hi, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. My